Greetings from the Vale house. I was just preparing for this Friday's fireside where we will be discussing the power of words. And there have been a lot of things in the news lately that have made me realize the power of words. In specific, the power of labels. The fact that we can change the way we perceive something with the very words and language that we use to label it. For instance, in a recent article, it was reported that in British Columbia alone, 914 people died of overdose last year. This is an incredible number. Nearly 1,000 people died of drug overdose. There is a major public health epidemic crisis underway, and we're not even panicking. And I've realized it's because we have distanced ourselves from one another. We have put each other in separate categories. And humanity has this tendency to only care for the people that are within what scientists have called their own monkey sphere. Turns out that you can only conceive of about 150 people as being real human beings. Anybody else is just essentially an extra in your movie. Character, or not even a character, somebody just to fill the background. The reason being for this is that if every time you turned on the TV and you saw a poor starving orphan in Africa, you wouldn't be able to function. All you could do was think about that child. There'd be nothing you could do until you knew that child was safe and secure, because that child was a real human being. Problem is that we use this too much. We're unaware of how we can segregate somebody into another category than our own. And this dehumanizes them, and they become someone that is invisible to us. They become invisible to us. They become the hidden. So I feel there's an incredible tragedy underway, and we are obscuring it with this word overdose. Overdose is attached to many other words instantaneously in our minds. Drug user, addict, these are the type of people that experience overdoses. Another thing is that overdoses imply agency. They implies that somebody took something and accidentally took too much and died because of this mistake. What's crazy, though, is that fully 2/3 of those 914 deaths are supposedly linked to fentanyl. So what I have been made aware of is that there is a difference between dying of an overdose and dying from fentanyl. People say fentanyl causes overdose. No. Because an overdose is when someone sits down and takes something and accidentally takes too much and dies because of this. What is happening here, though, in nearly 600 cases, is that someone is taking one thing, but someone else, without their knowledge, has put something else in that thing that is far more dangerous, far more deadly. And because of that, this person died. Now, if you're following my logic, you realize that this is not overdose. This is poisoning. 2/3 of 900 people, 600 people were poisoned to death in British Columbia alone last year. This is a mass public poisoning, the likes of which we have never known in this part of the world. In recent history, I guess you should probably say. Who knows, in our colonial past. But No one's panicking. Nobody cries. It's just some drug users and drug addicts that have fallen by the wayside. We need to stop dehumanizing these people. We need to stop distancing ourselves from this. I know someone who's died. People I know people who have died. Someone close and dear to me knows 6 friends who have died. And that's what we need to focus on. These deaths they were not born drug users. They were probably not drug addicts. Because guess what? Only about 10% of people that use these substances become drug addicts. Because drug addiction doesn't actually have to do with tracing the good feeling. It has to do with connection. The opposite of drug addiction is not sobriety. It is connection. These people were poisoned. These people were the family of people we know. These people were somebody's friend, somebody's child. You could say that every last one of these people was somebody's child. And that's truth. Why are we saying that 900 people died of an overdose last year? Why are we not saying that 1,800 people suffered through the loss of a child because our government refuses to regulate drugs? The war on drugs is over. Drugs won. Heroin is more plentiful and cheaper than it has ever been. Our children are dropping like flies. Over 100 deaths in December this year alone. And we're not doing anything. We're not doing anything because we've hidden the true horror of the truth from ourselves. Language has power. Words have power. Use them wisely. Use them justly.